missed the 100 rings right there. Oh well. At least we do get an X-ray trick. Oh, what the heck? Come on! That should not have slowed me down there. At least we're slightly catching up right here, which is good to see. But anyways, let's head over to the final lap. Ah, dang it. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Ah, jeez. I just got too close to the wall there. I was hoping for a special move right there, but we unfortunately didn't get it. Oh well, it's okay. Okay, there we go. At least this time we do get a boost right there for that turn. Alright, Silver's gonna come in first on this one. And we end up at 6 this time. And not much of a good finish right there for what happened on some moments throughout this race. But I tried. Alright, hopefully we can do better in the next race, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so now we're going to head over to the Gigan Rocks. And this time, let's go ahead and use the Shinobi Skates. This kind of extreme gear does fit in well, but this kind of special, since it is one of those extreme gears out there that does have the Ghost as the gear change.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, anyways, let's see what we do on this race. Alright, not a bad start. Alright, there's a special move. And take that, sucker! Alright, now we'll go ahead and bring out our gravity dive. Alright, let's hop on the rail over here. Alright, 10 rings right there. Alright, heading to lap number 2. Oh, there's the Ghost! And we do get a magnetic barrier. Oh no! Not the low speed! You gotta be kidding me! And I can't even use my gravity control while that's going on. Alright, let's go back to using the gravity dive here. Alright, let's grind on the rail over here again. Oh boy, here we go again with the parts lock. Alright, final lap. Oh, there's the all-wall run. So we can basically use that to automatically get on the walls without having to use the gravity control. We can also go ahead and grind on that long rail here. Alright, 10 rings. Another 10 rings over there. Ah, darn. Couldn't quite make a good use out of that gravity dive. Oh well. And that robot guy's gonna come in first. But not too bad right there for how well we done that race, as we ended up coming in second. Alright, time now to see what happens in the next race. Alright, we're gonna head off to the Gigan device now. And let's use the light board.
All right, bring it on.
Alright, here we go. Another good start. I got Baghdad barrier right there. Oh, jeez! Somebody just hit me right there. I couldn't even tell who it was. I do get an X strength trick there. And we're going to get a GP gauge up. Now we're going to go ahead and use the gravity dive here. Ah, jeez. How'd that put me right into that wall? God, that was embarrassing. Alright, we're going into lap 2 right here. We got a lot of catching up to do right now. Well, let's actually go this way, because we can actually get on this wall that's full of ice. And this will basically allow us to get 100 rings over there. That's very sweet. I got the grind now. And we also get a double S rank trick. And we get another double S rank trick there as well. Alright, let's hop on this rail now. Alright, let's use a gravity dive right here now. Oh, Max GP! That's awesome. Alright, heading into the final lap. Alright, let's get on this ice wall again. Alright, Baghdad barrier, that's not bad. I've got another X-ray trick there. And that robot guy's gonna come in first. Ah, man, I just ran right into that wall. And we're gonna end up in 5th place on that one. We could have possibly done better if it wasn't for some of those mistakes that we made out there. But it is what it is. But let's go and move on to the next race now. We got 5 more to go in this segment. Alright, let's move on to the Crimson Crater. And this time, we're going to use the Magic Broom.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, let's do it. Alright, pretty good start. And there's an X-ray trick already. Awesome. Alright, looks like we're gonna get the vision trap. Another X-ray trick right there. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and fly through these rings. Oh shoot, I missed one! Dang it, I just fell off the track. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, now we're gonna go ahead and bring on a gravity dive here so we can hit these barrels. I just gained a ton of GP from that from what I just saw. Alright, lap 2. Alright, now we have the Parts Slot. Let's go and bring that out. Alright, let's see if we can do a better job trying to fly through these rings. That's more like it. Alright, now I'm going to try to go for the 100 rings over here. Alright, we got them. And we also do get the status trap. Once again, I gained a ton of GP from that. I'll take it. Alright, final lap. Oh, very nice X-ray trick right there. Alright, let's go and fly through these rings once more. Very good. Oh, yet again, I gained a ton of GP from that. And that is going to be a win in first place. That is how you do it. Alright, now let's see what happens in the next race. Alright, on to the security corridor this time. And next up we're going to use the wanted skates.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, let's do it. I got a good start out of that. And we're gonna get an X-ray trick there. Oh, magnetic barrier already, sweet. Alright, time to go on and grind on these electrifying rails. I got a rain cap off. Alright, time to hit some fan blades with this gravity dive. Alright, there's 10 rings. Now it's time to go to lap 2. Alright, 10 rings. Alright, there's another ring cap up. Alright, let's use another gravity dive here. Alright, that was good. Alright, we do get 10 rings right there. Alright, final lap. Oh, there are 10 rings. Another 10 rings once again. Oh, that was another good gravity dive right there. Are we gonna hold on for the win in first place? Yes, we are! Now that is how it's done. And Dr. Eggman came in last. Too bad for him. Alright. We got 3 more races left to go right now in this segment. So now it is time to head off to Astro Babylon. And this time, we're going to use the Angel Devil.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, let's see what happens here. Alright, that's a nice start. Alright, 30 rings right there, I'll take it. Time now to bring out a gravity dive over here. Oh, got an X-ray trick. And we get 30 rings there as well. Alright, we do have our gear change race, so let's see what we get. Looks like we're gonna get the devil. Alright, moving on to lap 2. Alright, now we get to fly through these rings. Oh boy! God, I just barely made that jump right there, just in time to avoid falling down. That was way too close. Ah, dang it. That just kind of got in my way a little bit. Alright, let's fly for some more rings. Alright, final lap. And there's 30 rings. Ah, darn it. I missed my chance to fly through those rings. That was ridiculous. I see that Shadow's very far ahead of me on the map, so I don't think we're going to have a chance to catch up to him in time. Yeah, Shadow's going to take the win right there in first place. Just ran out of GP right there. That wasn't good. Alright, now we do get some. I guess we may as well use a gravity dive right here to finish off that race. And that was kind of a good thing that we did that, because we just barely caught up for second at the very least. So it wasn't all that bad. But Shadow beat me by 13 seconds right there. That was just not cool how far he was ahead of me. But anyways, we still have 2 more races to go in this segment. Now we're going to go on and move on to the 80s Boulevard. And this time we're going to use the throttle. And if you guys do know, this is the extreme gear with random gear changes with 3 different kinds of possibilities for what you might get.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, let's go! Alright, that's not too bad of a start. Oh, are you kidding me? We're already starting this race off with Parts Law. That's not cool. At least we didn't have much to worry about right there since it is early in the race. Let's go and bring out a gravity dive here now. Alright, one of our gear changes is right, so let's see what we get. Alright, GP gauge up, I'll take it. Alright, another gear change is all set to go. Alright, looks like we're going to get a ring cap up this time. Alright, lap 2. Alright, there's 10 rings. I just hit that wall a little bit right there, but it works okay. Oh no! Not the low speed. That could not be good at all. But on the bright side though, we do have our last gear change ready. Let's see what we get. Another rain cap up. Not what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Alright, let's head into the final lap now. The Shadow's trying to pull away from me right here, but let's try to see if we can catch up to him. Oh, that was a great, successful gravity dive. Alright, this is our chance right here to try to hold on to the lead. Alright, we are going to get next strength trick. And there we go! We got the win in first place! That was amazing! Alright, anyways, now that race is done, we got one more to go in this segment. So it is time to finish things off with the 90s Boulevard. And we're going to end things off by using the rainbow. Always a perfect extreme gear to finish things off with, thanks to the fact that it does have unlimited gear changes.
Alright, bring it on!
Alright, let's see what happens here. Oh, special move already! Awesome! Let's go ahead and bounce on those springs. Alright, magnetic barrier there. And we're gonna get the grind. Now get out of my way, Sokka. Alright, time to hit some billboards here with this gravity dive. Alright, on to lap 2. Alright, there's 10 rings. I've got the air right now. We'll go and bring that out after we make proper good use out of the grind here on these rails. Alright, let's see what happens on the final lap. I do have enough rings to bring up the grind again, but I want to hold on to them so I can try to get the bike. It doesn't look like we're going to get enough rings in time for the bike, so we'll just bring the grind back out for the last little bit of this race. But either way, though, that's still awesome that we were able to finish off this segment with a win in first place. Alright, so I do say that was a good time that we had right there on this segment. We did very well on a fair amount of races, but some of them we could have done better on right here. But no matter what right there, I still say this was a blast right here for sure. So anyways, that is going to do it for Sonic Riders Zero Gravity for the Nintendo Wii as part of my 2025 Halloween special. But we still have some more games to play, and I will see you all for the next segment right after this, so stay tuned.